I worked with Robert Aldrich, Robert Altman and Tim Burstall, and all of them have that wonderful quality, I think it's a wonderful quality, of vulgarity.
Tim wanted to make a film about Eliza Fraser, but he didn't want a deadly, serious, angst-ridden piece.
It was to be a romp, with bawdiness being the kind of key word.
But it also had action elements, it had sex.
A little bit for everybody.
All of this made a surreal sort of a situation. What are we making?
In a way, as soon as you got to know Tim, what else would you expect?
It's even more than an epic motion picture, because you're going to love Eliza Fraser.
We had the rather eccentric Susanna York.
She's sort of like the equivalent of a female larrikin.
When we arrived on Fraser Island, she said, well, the Aboriginal women are all topless, and I'm living with them, so I'm going to be too. And she took her clothes off and stayed like that for the next 6 weeks.
James, you must do something. I think you and Mundy's trying to marry me.
Did I go topless? Maybe I did.
Tim, of course, thought that was great and was happy to include that in the movie.
Very gutsy lady. She'd have to go into the stream and do this scene and come out, and she'd have leeches on her.
It wasn't cushy Hollywood, not at all.
But she'd turn right back and go back in again if she had to.
I suppose I thought, well, there may be an easier way to earn a living.
Poor old Trevor Howard, one of the most dignified actors in the world, becomes Foster Fines, the gay commandant of Moreton Bay.
Will there be anything else, sir?
Yes, there will, Braceful. I like my bed warmed.
He was very, very nervous about the scenes where he had to seduce me.
How do I do that, sir?
How? You get into the bed, of course. How do you think?
And he kept on talking to Tim, saying, I thought we were going to just sort of skate over this scene. And no. This scene's in. It's very important.
Take off your clothes and get in that bed and tell me when it's warm.
We got a terrible letter from one of Foster Fine's descendants saying that, look, he might have been cruel, he might have flogged people, he might have been the most vicious man in the world, but he was not gay.
No doubt about it that Eliza Fraser was a huge grand mixture, a great potpourri. I suppose that might have been because the Australian film industry was searching for a way forward, and in Tim they found the perfect person who would actually be able to provide a bit of everything.